Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with the Saw right here on Superlative Radio. This week, Dylan and I are going to talk about Star Trek Discovery and The Mandalorian again. Yep. And some pretty interesting things happening in them.
Quite interesting. I was impressed.
Yeah. So
some good ass kicking going on.
Yeah. So it'll be really it'll be quite the conversation, I would think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Where it's headed.
So let's start with The Mandalorian like we usually do.
Okay.
And
how'd you like this week's episode?
Oh, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it.
I thought it was great.
It was really great, especially when he put the little guy on the rock in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
So basically the premise is he takes, Mando takes Grogu to Tython, which is the ancient home of the Jedi, where the Jedi first started, and takes him to the top of the mountain that Ahsoka had told him to take him to and sit him on the rock in hopes that another Jedi would feel him if he reached out through the Force. So anyway, that's what he did. He put him on the rock, and eventually you start to see the energy going around
all around him.
And what that is that was Grogu amplifying the Force in a Jedi holy site so that it would shoot out and hopefully another Jedi will pick it up and come to him.
The thing I liked, they're in the ship and he goes, Grogu, and he looks up at him. It was just really, a couple of times calling him by name. It was really cute.
So that was that. And so while he was there, then we see Slave One land, and Boba Fett comes out with that girl from, I can't remember her name, but she was in the first season who helped him on Tatooine.
That's right, yeah.
And then... So they came looking for Boba Fett's armor, and eventually he did agree to give it to him in exchange for helping him to protect Grogu, because the Empire, Moff Gideon was coming after him.
Who, by the way, if you watched Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, that was the guy that owned the chicken place. That was what the hell. I had the name, and I mean, know. Anyway, he's from Breaking Bad and whatever.
Yeah,
so.
But so
season 6.
Yeah, is that the latest one
of
Breaking Bad? It's gonna start soon. The last season.
You mean Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, the next season starts soon. Yeah.
Anyway, he so he sends all these stormtroopers down, and
by the way, not till 2021.
Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and the chick take out a crap load to the point where they actually retreat, and then they send down the death droids or whatever they are, death troopers or whatever, to retrieve the child. They get him, they fly away with him.
Yeah, and gone.
And they manage to capture Grogu, and then he comes in. I liked when he came into the jail cell there, and Grogu's in there, and he's got the two stormtroopers with the Force, and he's beating the hell out of them and Force choking them.
Right. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, he's quite powerful.
So now I guess Mando's got to go find him wherever the hell he is.
But at least he's got help. He's got Boba Fett and that chick, whatever her name is again.
But so that's what I'm thinking. Well, where is he going to? And he picks up out of after his ship explodes, and he pulls out the ball that Grogu was playing with.
The little ball, and
I
was surprised they blew up his ship.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. That's
anyway.
But so it was quite interesting to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, it really will be.
Again, well, I guess we can expect some more good ass kicking when that happens. But
yeah, it'll be really cool to see. And I suppose the next, I have a feeling that we're not going to see him, because that was episode 6, right? There's only 2 left. So I'm thinking we're not going to see him get Grogu back until
next season.
The start of the 3rd, I think, is what's going to happen. I think it's going to be the next couple he's chasing him down.
Okay.
I think that's what they're going to do. And then I think they'll probably introduce some Jedi or whatever to train him. But I'm kind of surprised that, because this only happens a few years after Return of the Jedi, as I told you.
You said
right?
that, yeah. Yeah, well, I'd asked you
Luke
exactly
Skywalker is still out there as a Jedi, and he starts training students. He hasn't, I'm
You think
just
they're going to tie
wondering.
that in there?
Well, I'm just wondering why they wouldn't, Ahsoka must know about Luke. I wouldn't know why she wouldn't have said, well, take him to Luke. Like, I'm kind of surprised at that, because Luke is a Jedi Master at that point.
Mm.
I don't know. Interesting.
Maybe they'll
I don't know.
tie it in the next season or something.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, there have been rumors that they're going to try to get Luke to come into it at some point, so they'll just digitally de-age him like they did with, Leia.
They can do that now.
Mm.
So, yeah, maybe.
But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But overall, I thought it was a really good episode.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I mean, holy crap, them beating the hell out of those stormtroopers. Oh, my God.
And they even had to retreat there. It was just getting ridiculous. It was so funny jumping in the ship and God, it was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
Just
Nice shot.
Picking them off.
I was aiming for the other one.
Yeah, but
But served the purpose.
there was there was some pretty good shooting, and it was pretty good picking them off like it was,
Yeah, it was a really good episode. Would love to know, what you guys think of it. Nobody seems to be commenting really below.
I know. Nobody's
So,
making any real comments on it.
if you're watching, comment. Let us know what you think of the show.
Yeah,
what
just
do you
say
think
so.
of
But people are watching. There's numbers there.
Oh yeah,
so,
people are watching. So what do you think of the show? Like, are you liking what they're doing with the Mandalorian? Are you liking what they're doing with Discovery? So when we're talking about them, comment below with what you think, because I really like to hear what some of you guys think about these shows, and
make it sort of a more
more interactive experience.
Yeah, interactive. That's the word I was looking for.
That's
Thank you.
definitely what I'd like us to have here, is more of an interactive experience with the audience. So,
let
comment
us know.
below and let us know.
Don't be
But
shy.
I mean, it was overall. I'm liking what they're doing with the Mando. To me, it feels like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like it's not like the sequels where it felt forced.
Yeah, it's got that original feel.
It's got this original feel. It's got a very natural feel to it, where the
and it's well cast.
Yeah,
which helps.
Yeah, the sequels have a very forced feeling to them. They don't. And I don't mean that in the Force Star Wars way.
Yeah.
I mean they feel like it's
Pushing
it or forced into, like, it just doesn't fit.
Well, we said that off air when a couple weeks ago we were talking about that.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's just the way the sequels are done. Maybe it's because the people who were doing the sequels and directing them and stuff, they weren't really like
on the ball.
Like, as an example, okay,
weren't fans more or less.
Jon Favreau is a great director and a great showrunner and stuff. But Dave Filoni, who is working really closely with him on The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni's been with Lucasfilm for like 20 years, or whatever. Like he. So
he's been in the belly of the beast. He knows what's going on. Yeah.
What, like, he was around when Star Wars was being run by George Lucas. Like, and he knows what George Lucas was thinking, and in the sense of what he was, because they had all discussed things. Because I mean, Dave Filoni worked on Clone Wars, so and all of that.
So he was there.
Yeah,
basically.
like he's got a
an inside view.
And yeah, whereas I think, like, when you look at like The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and what was the fucking last one? The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, when you look at those three, right? Like, J.J. Abrams did 2 of them, and dipshit McGork did the middle one, who really Rian Johnson. And but when you look at those 3, like, they're more modern directors, and they have a very different take on doing movies and a very different style of doing movies compared to
what the classics did.
Yeah, like,
that's right. That's what it is. It's they don't have the classic feel, the classic way that it was done.
Right.
They follow a whole different line of. Yeah.
And I think,
and
so
you can
when
see it in the work.
That's right.
And you can even feel it. It's just not. I mean, how many times have I said, like, I mean, with different, don't try and reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
And sometimes people are trying to do that with, not just Star Wars, just with things that they bring back and try and redo.
Yeah. And see, that's what
it pisses me off, because you're trying to redo it, but you're taking away the essence of what it was
Yeah.
to try to make it something different. And you're going,
Yeah.
then it's not what you said it is then
Yeah.
anymore. If you take the essence out of what it is, then don't call it.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as when they did the Dukes of Hazzard, right? And then they tried to redo it in the modern way with the films and stuff. It wasn't the same.
No, of course. Well,
It's
I was
like
thinking of Get Smart, but
Knight Rider, Get Smart again. Like there's all these things that when they reboot them, they just. Yeah, I get that you're trying to reboot it or maybe modernize it a little bit, but at the same time, if you're taking away from what is at the core of it and where it was, it's
then it's not.
And that's my issue
whatever.
with
That's right. Exactly.
the rebooted Star Trek films.
See, I felt, but you see, I felt, again, maybe because I'm not like you, but I felt that the core of it was still there and the way they tied in things and the way that they referenced old things in a way that they did, I felt it was there with that because that's why I liked it. It wasn't, I know we agree to disagree on it, but
what we agree on is that you have no taste.
okay, fine. Look who I'm sitting with. Says enough.
That's no way to talk about Mark. He was nice enough to bring coffee.
Yeah.
What is your problem?
Yeah.
Don't take that from him. Just slap him.
And you have no sense of smell.
And no sense of smell. No.
Anyway, yeah. So
but no.
overall, yeah, I think that
That was nice the way you turned that around. That was well done. There is hope for this guy,
just the way that the Mandalorian is done, it does have that original feel. It has that look. It has that feel. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Grogu is a puppet. It's not a digitally created character.
Speaking of, just completely off topic before I forget, did you see that thing on Facebook where the person took the nativity scene and put Grogu in the middle of it, and at the bottom it says, "My wife still hasn't noticed." It's so funny. You got Grogu sitting in the middle, the baby Jesus and all the, the wise men and all the different, and baby Grogu sitting. It was so funny.
That's funny.
My wife still hasn't noticed. I'm like, that's
Oh my God.
so classic. I would do that in a flash.
That's awesome.
It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
look
anyway,
for it on
it-
Facebook. It's quite hilarious.
Yeah, it it has that feel, that original feel, and I think that has a lot to do with why it's being received so well. So
Anyway, yep.
overall, it was a great episode.
Yeah. 3 thumbs
if
up.
you're not watching this show, I don't know why, because it's especially if you are a Star Wars fan. This is Star Wars.
Yep, definitely.
Right on.
At
Anyway,
its core.
Yeah. So let's move on to Discovery.
Fling.
Yeah. So
Sorry, just changing the background for a
there
second.
you go.
Yeah.
No. So Discovery.
How'd you like that one?
I thought it was. I'm liking this season overall.
Well, you said that.
I think
but
this was a weaker episode. It was okay, but I think it was a bit of a weaker episode.
Okay.
We learned a little bit more about what's going on. Like we learned,
Well, down on the planet,
where
how
the
it's
source of the burn was.
Yeah, but they
that-
still don't know exactly.
Know what caused it, but
Yeah.
they know the source and where it came from.
They've narrowed that down right to where.
We learned a little bit more about the Emerald Chain, which is the Orion Syndicate. Well, it used to be, I guess, the Orion Syndicate. Probably is now far more than that.
Feel better now?
And that they're running out of dilithium. We learned that at the
Yep.
very end.
Which is a secret that apparently nobody knew.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how to feel about it. It's this episode was okay. It wasn't a bad episode by any means. I just think it was one of the weaker ones of the season so far. It was kind of, to me, it was more of a filler, like more like
putting breadcrumbs in your meatloaf.
no, more like an exposition episode. Where they were just laying down some exposition for people.
Okay. So a Back to the Future 2.
More like
get
like
from 1 to 3.
In order to get to where they need to, they had to basically just blurt out some exposition so that it made whatever's coming down the line.
Do you want
makes
to say
sense.
exposition again? That'll be like 4 times. Did you like that
Well,
word? Did you have
whatever.
a? Would you
No.
have?
I had an exposition coffee today.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
No, but you know what I mean, right? Like
No,
that's
I know what
it's,
you mean.
it's
I'm
just
just
like
teasing
they had to explain some stuff. So how else are they going to get it out there is by doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
No,
like,
I know what you meant.
it
and
just-
I was just teasing you, but yeah, it's
And that's what it felt like.
it's a means to get to the point where
Yeah,
they need to get
exactly.
to. Yeah. So yeah, okay, but I mean, all in all, it still wasn't bad. I mean, they had to,
Now I've heard an interesting theory about Starfleet, and that Starfleet isn't the good guys.
Really.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe it.
Okay, where did that come in?
Well, it comes in from, like, if you notice, every way that anyone has interacted with them when they say, well, we're with Starfleet or we're with the Federation, or have you noticed the way they've all responded? Like the Andorian, he said when he went in and he asked Saru and Tilly or whatever, who the captain was and whatever, and he got talking to them or whatever, and they're like, well, we're Starfleet, we're just here to help or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, Starfleet help always comes with strings attached.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
You
that.
know, and then the Orion woman, she said, well, when is Starfleet going to answer for all the blood on its hands and all the things it's done and blah, blah. You know, like, it just, now, I mean, granted, she's a bad guy and she could just be saying that for whatever purpose, but there have been, like, some other things that might, like, I guess their lack of willingness
Yep.
sometimes to interact.
Well, look.
I don't know. I don't think it's true myself, but it's just, it's just a theory that's out there that maybe they're not the good guys they were back in Picard's day. And I mean, you can even see kind of in the Picard season 1, you can kind of see how they're not the same as they were when he was in command of the Enterprise. So I wonder if it's something that just slowly over time, like even the Vulcans mention, the Vulcan president, she says the issue with SP-19 was just the last nail in the coffin sort of thing,
that's right.
in
They
a long
said that.
line
That's
of
right.
things
Yeah.
that had happened. So you got to wonder, like, is it just that over time, like, because she mentions that the Federation was putting more on the member worlds and not thinking of, kind of, she used the analogy, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one.
Yeah.
And she was doing it more in the way that they were ignoring the needs of themselves, like the Federation,
Right.
by trying to do everything or whatever. So, like, maybe their own hubris brought them down, or I mean, I don't know. I just it's a theory I heard, and I was just wondering.
Well, turn it around and look at it in the real world. Okay, who's supposed to be the big power, the big good guy, and the big whoever, right?
The British Empire?
Whoever, right? Whether it be
The French
States,
Revolution?
They were French. Get French always. No, I mean, just take the States. They're supposed to be, the mighty power and the good guy and the whole whatever.
We
But
all
I mean,
know
how
that
much
the
blood
French.
do they?
We all know that the French have 1,000 different words for surrender.
That's right, and that's why they have. That's why they have a civil war. So they win once in a while. But I mean, how much blood has the States got on its hands?
Yeah, I know.
How much blood has China got on its hand? How much
Yeah.
blood? Whoever the world powers are, they've all got blood on their hands.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm wondering, like, if it's going to be something that comes out to be true, or if it's something that we later learn that it's just, all these people were kind of making it up, and it's just because of the burn that Starfleet has fallen the way it has, and
just because you're a good guy doesn't mean you don't have blood on your hands, kind of thing. I mean, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
It's just even in realism, that's it's there. It's an unfortunate.
So
whatever.
I saw a preview for this coming week's Discovery.
Oh, okay.
And it's more of an episode that's going to be focused on Giorgio.
Oh, and her whole thing that she's going through?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what it is they've learned that because she's switched universes and
It's
then
affected her?
displaced herself through time, that what it's doing is it's causing her, she's not, her quantum signature doesn't match this universe. It matches the one she's from.
That's right.
So it's deteriorating her because she's not in the universe she belongs in. And then not only is she not in the universe she belongs in, she's not even in the time she belongs in.
Right. Well, none of them are.
No, but it's almost like that amplified it. Like coming over and then jumping forward has amplified
Okay.
it because she's so far displaced from her own time and universe.
So that's what's having the effect on
Yeah.
it? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and they're going to mention in it. They're going to mention. This happening once before. From somebody who crossed over from the J.J. Abrams alternate universe of Star Trek into the Prime one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to come up. So watch for it because they're going to talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Wow, where'd you see this?
I think it was on StarTrek.com. StarTrek.com. Yep, it was.
Cool. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That sounds like it'll be
I'll
an
show you when
interesting
we're done.
episode.
We'll
Yeah,
bring
okay,
it up.
please
It's
do.
pretty cool. So yeah, but I think this was because if you think about it, right, it was them trying to figure out what was going on with Giorgio,
Yep.
and it was also like everything just seemed to be filler this episode. So I think that
So now they're getting back to the meat of it again?
yeah, and I mean that was episode 8, I think. I think it was episode 8.
How many we got left on that one?
Probably only going to be 13 episodes like
Yeah.
every other season
Okay,
has
that's what I
been.
thought.
So probably 5 or 6. You know.
It just goes so goddamn fast.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh, well,
anyway.
What the hell?
and
When the rest
WandaVision
go?
starts January 15th.
January. Okay, I thought it was this month.
It was supposed to be, but they announced it officially on
Shit. Okay.
Marvel.com. They brought it up and said it was January 15th.
Okay. And then what about
Pennyworth?
Pennyworth? Thank you.
I think Pennyworth's definitely supposed to start this month. I think it's the 15th of this month
Okay.
or something, or the 12th. It's next week, I believe. So
Okay,
I'm
we
going to
gotta-
double check.
Yeah, we got to
and
get
find
into
out,
that
and
too
then-
and find out what's going on. I'm
then
dying to get back into that too.
Yeah.
See where that ends up.
So we'll have Pennyworth and then WandaVision, and because Mandalorian's only going to be 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Discovery's only 5 or 6 more.
Well, by that point, we'll be into the others, but still,
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, let's just keep going. Do what we got to
Yeah.
do. All right.
So,
But yeah, so that's good. I look forward to next week's then with that.
Yeah,
that sounds
it'll be
like it'll be
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
because we'll see. Well, I'll show you when you watch the thing, but you'll see they're gonna have almost like a history lesson, and you'll see someone in a Next Generation era style outfit as well.
Ah, cool.
So, yeah, it's gonna be neat.
I like when they do that, when they bring the
Yeah, so
history
it should be
into
pretty cool. I think. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. So
Good. Check
But
it
I
out,
do
guys.
think this 3rd season has been better. Like I definitely thought the 2nd season was better than the first, and this one was definitely better than the last one. Even so,
So it's getting there.
it is getting better. But I mean,
Is there going to be another season?
there is a 4th season. Yeah,
Good.
that's been.
All right.
But I don't know if there will be more after that. That's the iffy thing, right?
Yeah, well.
We still haven't even heard about friggin' Picard season 2 yet.
No news.
Been almost a year since it aired.
It's
Last
ridiculous.
January 23rd or something, or 24th it
it's
aired.
ridiculous.
And we're only
so
like a
close
month
to
away.
a year.
There's no COVID in space. I mean, what's,
I know.
I know. It's
That's
definitely
exactly
there's
it.
no COVID on the Enterprise. What the frig?
That's right. I mean,
Come on, Pickard.
let's go, man. Make it so.
Yeah. Gene Luck Picard.
Mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, it should be interesting. But I mean, overall, like I said, I think the episode was decent. It's just that, her killing. I don't know if that was her actual nephew, the Orion. He called her aunt.
Yeah,
But
did
I don't
say
know if it
that,
was
but-
his actual aunt. But I mean, still, what a brutal. Oh, it'll be painless. You won't feel anything.
That's
Chomp.
right.
You see his legs go
Yeah,
flying
yeah,
off. Yeah. You tell me that was painless.
Looked it to me.
Can't believe that, man. That's crazy.
Hey,
Brutal.
there it is.
But the Orions have always been brutal.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Why change now?
yeah.
Good.
Anyway, so that's
That's where we're at.
where we're at overall, and yeah.
A nice short one this week.
Well, yeah. There's I watched another another show. Let me think. What was it that I watched? That it was called Dirty John, and it was about this guy. I mean, this is definitely off what we normally would watch, but Kim and I watched it, and it was about this guy who, he goes around and he just goes from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, dating them, marrying them, stealing from them, robbing from them, this and that, blah, 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 blah. It was based on true story. So it's on Netflix. It's called Dirty John and Betty something.
Who's in it?
Eric Bana.
Oh, Eric Bana, really?
Yeah, is in the
Time
first
Traveler's
season.
Wife, I think he was in.
Well, he was also in the first Incredible Hulk movie as Bruce Banner.
And the reason I know that is I love Rachel McAdams.
And then in the
Bam.
second one, the second season is about this other woman, this other guy, and it's a completely different. Like each season seems to be a different, like a different real story or whatever. Anyway, Christian Slater's in the second
Christian
one.
Slater.
But yeah, like it's it was an interesting show.
Cool. Well,
But,
give it
yeah,
a shot
if
there
you-
if he thinks it'll.
It's based on a true story, and it's quite suspenseful and stuff. But it's it was weird. It was pretty good though. I'm not enjoying the second one as much, but second,
Maybe it'll be.
yeah, might get better. But anyway, so but if you guys are watching anything interesting, drop down below what you're watching and
Yeah.
let us
Yeah,
know.
let us know what it is
Maybe it'll be something we'll check out. You never know.
And before we go, happy birthday, Paul. Paul Anthony's birthday.
Happy birthday, Paul Anthony.
Yep.
Now, wait, this isn't going to. This airs on a different day than we taped it. This is the tape day or the air date that's his birthday.
It's actually his birthday was yesterday. So technically
yesterday.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, cool. This is going to be like,
Yeah.
if he sees this, it'll be
That-
2 days late. But
that's
still,
it.
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
All the best to you, my friend.
There you go. Yeah. Otherwise, I think that's it. We will catch you guys next week for another episode. And like, comment, subscribe. Check out the All in the Pen promo.
Yeah.
That's
coming next.
for the.
coming
That's
next
that's
month.
our intro. That's for
Yep.
our new sitcom that's coming.
Yeah, that'll be coming next month.
Yeah, and that's up.
We're gonna
and,
have so much fun with
we
that.
are. Don't forget to check out our vlogs. We've got some really good vlogs up, and
Should be getting some radio shows up.
Don't
this week.
forget to don't forget to share our stuff. If you see it and you're liking it, share it with your friends, your family,
Your
whatever,
enemies, whoever.
everybody. Just share it with people and let them discover it, because it's it's pretty. We're doing some pretty fun stuff with it. So
Having a lot of fun. Yep, for sure.
all right,
All right, that's it. Good.
all right. We'll catch you guys next week.
Have yourselves a good week, and we'll see you on the other side. Take care. Stay healthy.